Turn my headphones up. All right. It's 8:15 with the Trap Queen. 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 You know the vibes. Yeah, you know the vibes. What's up, beautiful people? It's Pretty Girl Loves Trap content. Thank you for coming through for Winning Time Season 2, Episode 2, the recap. Before we get into things, please do your girl a favor, like this video, subscribe to my channel if you are not already subscribed. Sorry, I'm not going to be on camera for this particular show. I had a long day at work, y'all. Keeping it real, and your girl has a sensitivity to light right now, and I got another live, okay, at 11 o'clock tonight. So please come through as I talk with Team Toxic. That's Brillo, Detroit Kings, Paperboys, aka Booby Traps, OT, Lays. So we're gonna have a good time tonight. So I'm trying to save up all my energy for that live, so y'all see me then. But yes, please, let's discuss this episode of Winning Time. It was definitely really good. A+ for me. I never had any complaints with any episode yet. I mean, we were 12 episodes in for the series and no complaints thus far. So I'm definitely enjoying this show at this point. What's up, DeMarcus in Detroit? Thank y'all for coming through. Let me know how y'all felt about the episode, all right? Because it starts off with, the team and some of the coaching staff, discussing, Magic's return, how they feel about it. It's kind of like an interview style. And then we see Norm Nixon at first, okay? And it's weird because I don't know if he had a history of drug use, but the way they kind of had him kneel his put his head down and kind of come up like he had snorted a line or something. It was kind of weird. It was 2 points in this episode when it seemed like they were insinuating drug use, but it wasn't like in our face. And normally Winning Time is normally upfront with that information. So I don't know, it was a little odd. It was a little odd. I'm like, are y'all trying to insinuate that he had a habit or, was a developing a habit at this point? I don't know. It was a little odd, but I'm going to keep it moving, all right? But, he was like Young Buck. I mean, we've been good without Young Buck, so I don't know how it's going to be in regards to the chemistry when he comes back. And we see, Pat Riley and Jerry West, they over there, fading it till they make it. They fake optimistic because, they're really understanding like the chemistry may be a little off. West had done implemented this new system, okay? So they don't know. They really they look low-key nervous when it comes to Magic being implemented. And if Kareem, he don't really got no words at all, okay? He is a man of few words, all right? Detroit Kings, you enjoy episode 2? Yes, I did too. So yeah, it seems like the first practice Magic is doing with the team, all right? And he is rusty as I don't know what, all right? And he's clashing like literally and figuratively with Norm. Like they don't bump knees, and Norm was like, damn, like I know Norm was like, you trying to get me back? Like what's going on? You trying to get my knee effed up? Like what's popping? Okay. But Magic is definitely rough at this point. It's taking him some time to really get it together. Meanwhile, the coaches have a little meeting, and Jerry West, he's over there all happy. Now, it's rare when we see Jerry West over there happy-go-lucky, what have you. And so, he wants to trade David Thompson for Norm Nixon. Now, I had to do a light little Google search in terms of who David Thompson is. He apparently is named the Skywalker, and at this time he's playing for the Nuggets. And so it's interesting because David Thompson, in real life or what have you, and this is of course loosely based on true events. But he had a knee issue as well, and he only ended up playing like a few years in the league. So I don't know if that would have been a good idea. But yeah, just a little insight onto David Thompson. But Westhead, he's not convinced. He's not convinced that this would be a good idea. He seemed, he's a coach's coach in a sense where he's very layered. Like there was a lot of things in this particular episode where I understood what Westhead was coming from, but at the same time, I'm like, I need you to chill out a little bit. And it really illustrated how frustrating it is. I already knew being an NBA coach is stressful, but with all the dynamics with the players and the assistant coaches and everything, I could understand how, it could get a little complex. All right. So Bus, he has a little meeting with Claire, and the main focal point of this meeting is he's thinking about Honey, okay? Honey was a little honey dip that he was messing with back in the day. He touched on Honey before last episode when he was doing, his little, Pictionary little his little trick book. He had all the Polaroids of all the, old flames. And of course, Jeannie even remembered her. So he was like, I don't know, I'm thinking about Honey. And of course, Claire was like, I don't want to hear nothing about your dream, sescapades. He was like, nah, I didn't even like that. We was on a beach. Like it was PG-13. So I'm like, all right. So I don't know if, the passing of Mrs. Bus, is getting, Mr. Bus a little sensitive, what have you. He want to, that put out that whole player hater hat, but we gonna see. So now it's the pregame, y'all. The press is all over Magic. They ask him all these questions, and he has these little cute little one or two, liners or whatever. And I never really watched Magic's interviews back in the day. Of course, it was like a little bit before my time, but he's definitely a man of a few words as well, right? So they ask him, like, how is it, being number two to Norm? Norm going to be the main, starting point guard. He was like, that's cool. It's going to be temporary, okay? It's going to be temporary. But you could tell everybody on the team, like, look at this nigga. Like, none of the press is paying nobody else attention. Like, they over there just looking like, Norm got a little stank face. Silk got a little stank face. Cap over there with a stank face. So they're like, but thank God Magic. In this particular scene, it shows that he has, some self-awareness and he's reading the room. So he's really, he's not 100%. So it's creating a sense of insecurity in him, you can see, but also is making, things a little tense with his players. So he did ask the press, like, hey, y'all, I'm gonna need y'all to, like, exit. Please, we want to get together and get ready for the game. All right. But I can't remember the character's name, but I think he's like, I don't think he was an intern, or I'm not sure if he was an intern or not, but he seems like he was in advertising, what have you. He was like, yo, Magic, we got these shirts. Magic is back. We think everybody could wear them. He was like, man, get the hell out of here with all that. Like, no, burn them. I don't want none of that up in here. Like, no, we good. And so he was like, all right, cool. And of course, as soon as Magic and them leave the locker room, we see all the groupies and all the fans with the shirts on. Maybe the shirts and the boxes for the players or whatever, because he apparently done gave it out to everybody else. So, Magic's all walking, through the crowd and everything, seeming very confident, just very sure of himself, but you can tell he's hiding it. It's definitely a mask. He's very unsure of himself and his ability at this point. So, it's very scary right now for Magic. I think he's pretty much in uncharted territory. I'm not sure if he ever had any injuries before, especially not on this level. He's playing in the NBA now. So any other injury was probably insignificant in comparison to this one. So, he's definitely experiencing something new in regards to, healing from this injury. The Detroit Kings, you said Pat Riley is a mastermind, in your opinion. Yeah, definitely. I was happy about a lot of things Pat Riley did, but Westhead, there was some conflict. So a small part of me understood where Westhead was coming from, but I'm more team Pat Riley at this point. So apparently, Magic has been out for 45 games and it equates to 101, days. That's a long ass time. Okay, y'all. But Westhead asked Magic, like, hey, you good? All right, the word of the day. Okay, we went straight Sesame Street today. The word of the day, Magic, is suave. Okay, and that means easy. All right, I need you to take it easy. Gotta take it easy. He was like, take it easy. All right, this your first game back. I'm gonna need you to chillax. All right. So, we over here. The game is going. Magic still on the bench. Norm doing his thing. Like Norm is doing his thug thizzle, all right? But Pat, he over there, it's like third quarter. He was like, you done proved your point. You done proved your point, Westhead. And this is a conflicting part as well, because you want to also go by the phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if Norm doing his thing and being consistent and having a good game, I understood Westhead's point of view by keeping him in the game. But when you have a star like Magic, and this is his debut, his return back to the court, you gotta allow the fans to see that. You know what I'm saying? Especially like in today's particular standards for the NBA, we have a lot of load management. We have a lot of players that sit out a bunch of games, which as a fan is frustrating, because if I play to see a specific player, I need to see a specific player. Like me and my husband, I've been to plenty of Hornets games. You know, we done been to a Miami Heat game. We done been to a Laker game. And mind you, with the Laker game, that was my birthday. That was my 35th birthday. We were like fourth row in the backcourt. We paid buku money for this game. Hey, Inga, thank you for coming through. Please like the video. And I'm not even a LeBron fan, but LeBron was freaking on the bench for injury. I think he was injured. So that's a little different than load management, but I was still a little annoyed because when I booked those tickets, it was months ahead because it was Golden State versus the Lakers. So, but we saw a lot of celebrities. I really wanted to see Kobe. Honestly, that was one of my main hopes and prayers, to see Kobe, because him and Gianna was actually going to a lot of games at that time. So that was like my little glimpse of hope of seeing Kobe there. But I didn't get to see him. But we saw a lot of people like Floyd Mayweather, Pacquiao, Manny Pacquiao, because they had just fought. We saw Snoop, Jack Nicholson, Mahershala Ali. I think that's how you say his name. But we saw a lot of celebrities nonetheless. But I really, really want to see Kobe. From my recollection, those tickets were like $1,500 a piece. Okay, so yeah, I understood. That was a dream come true to go to the States. It's not even called the Staples Center anymore. What is it called? It's after some little cryptocurrency bullish. But yeah, like I understand how the players need their time off, but at the same time, we paid to see them tickets, bruh. And this particular game was sold out. Okay. Yes, Inka, please catch up. Thank y'all. Oh, child. So Riley, I guess he got in, Westhead's ear. So Westhead takes Norm out and puts Magic in, right? Magic immediately was doing too damn much and decided to do a no-look pass and ended up with a turnover. And I'm like, see Magic, and this is, I guess, where the youth and the immaturity comes from when it comes to Magic, because, bruh, that ain't suave, okay? That ain't suave at all. What are we doing here? A no-look pass on your first day back, missing 45 of the games? Yeah, Magic, you pissed me off with that one. But apparently that was the first of many turnovers, and they actually lost that game. And of course, some of the players was feeling a certain way, especially Norm. But he was low-key happy that, Magic was performing bad, because he was low-key like, yeah, I told you so. I told y'all so. Y'all over there pump faking on my skills, all right? So after the game, Magic over there taking a little ice bath or what have you, and Riley comes in and talks to him. He was like, yeah, I could tell your percentage in terms of your health ain't really what you say it is. So Magic was like, oh, no, I'm at a 90. And he was like, He's like, okay, I'm like an 80. So Riley was like, you mean 60? That's more like it, right? And he was like, yeah, tops. All right. So, he was like, you really need to be in these games because you need to get in shape for the playoffs. Like, you need this run. Because, at this point, we midway through the season. Like, I'm thinking it's probably January, February. Probably more like December, January at this point. What's up, Torian? Thank you for coming through. So, Riley and Magic, they have a little, insightful conversation. And, of course, like I said, Magic is, teetering on uncharted territory, being injured, trying to find his way back into the rhythm of the team and himself. And he was like, I'm just trying to be Magic. And Riley was like, you got to stop trying to be, like, stop thinking. You overthink it too much. Just do you. So, Riley and Magic, they have like a private practice, if you will. And, Riley giving it to him. He really challenging Magic, and I really love that about this. I did some research last week based on a scene, and it seems though Magic and Pat really develop a really strong relationship. And actually, there's some drama that starts. Oh, y'all, I cannot wait for them to touch on this. When I find out, I don't want to spoil it for anybody that is not aware. So I'm going to just put a pin in it. But yeah, Magic and Riley apparently had a really close bond, all right? So we at the Bus Mansion, all right? And we have a little gathering because it's a 1-year anniversary of Grandma Bus's passing, all right? But we see that Johnny, one of the sons, over there doing his thing with Anna, one of the star tennis players. And Jeannie is pissed off. She was like, what you doing, bro? You mixing business with pleasure. We not supposed to be doing that. We supposed to be professional. And he's like, man, just chill out. You just like Pops. Like, we understand we got a business to run, but it's okay to have a little fun. And she was like, no. That ain't cool. Like, you messing up, my situation over here. But he not trying to hear it, okay? Oh, Lord, this is a lot. No boys seem pretty damn useless, if you ask me. I ain't never heard about his sons. All I knew about was Jenny throughout the years, is me being a Kobe fan, So from 96 to now, I didn't really hear nothing about these sons. So I don't know how they end up or what have you. But they pretty damn useless, if you ask me, right? So Bus, he got honey on his mind real good, okay? So he done looked her up some type of way. And according, to the street, she over there, being a nice little art teacher with the kids. So he was like, dang, that's a long way from how we used to hang. And she was like, oh, what do we have here? After 15 years, look me up. What you doing here? So he was like, I was just thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? I want to take you out to eat. She was like, I'm not trying to go down that road. Like, she pretty much, was like, I'm good. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do, but I ain't the girl that used to be blowing you in your vehicle 15 years. I done grewed up, okay? I done grewed up. He was like, well, let's talk it over dinner. So she was like, all right, cool. I mean, take her too much convincing. I mean, I'm saying ain't nothing wrong with a free meal, if you ask me. Okay. Hey, Roman Curtis, what's up? You said the sons were always knuckleheads. Yeah, just the nosy part of me. I need to figure out who these people are and do some research and see how much of the business they were a part of, because I ain't never heard of these sons until this damn show. So I definitely need to figure out what's going on with that. All right. So, y'all, these messy ass reporters, y'all. These messy ass reporters. So Norm Nixon, he over there leaving the locker room smelling all good, looking good. He got his little Louis bag. Norm, he a little player from the Himalaya, all right? Like, shout out to him and oh Lord, I'm about to say Diane Carroll, child. Lord, why am I leaving the blank on his wife, Felicia Washard's sister? Oh my God. It's gonna bother me. Not Diane. Debbie Allen. Jesus. It's Debbie Allen, not Debbie Morgan. Child, getting my older Black queens all mixed up, y'all. I need me a nap. But anyway, shout out to them. They still together, okay? I was just curious. Like, I don't know. Her and Felicia was low-key the true, like, basketball-wise. Felicia was over there with Amara Rashad. I mean, that was NFL, but they was over there doing the thing. I want some of her stories, all right? Because I saw another insinuation that, Norm, I don't know, they're insinuating that he was a cokehead or what, because the way he was doing his little nose, I'm like, is it sinuses? Like, what we doing over here? But long story short, the reporter was like, hey, I heard you heard about the rumors. He was like, what you talking about? He was like, the trade. He was like, what trade? What you talking about, fool? He was like, for old boy, David Thomas. And of course, I'm not sure. It seems like the reporter caught Norm off guard, but at the same time, I wasn't really sure based on, his body language if he really, have heard it before, if this is the first time. I think it's probably been the first time, but I'm not complete certain based on how the scene went. But y'all can let me know your thoughts if you know or realize if Norm was caught by surprise with this news. But he pretty much told the reporter, like, yo, we lost all chemistry now that Magic is back. The magic is gone now that Magic is back. All right. And he was like, yo, 15 years from now, everybody will forget he ever existed. And he was like, yeah, put this on record. They're going to fire me anyway. I'm like, see, this is giving me like Marshawn Lynch a little bit. This is giving me like, I don't give a F what nobody say. And nobody think I'm going to say what I need to say. I'm like, all right, Norm, I need to be looking up these old little articles because y'all was over here with the drama. All right. So Westhead and Riley, they having a talk, right, about David Thompson. All right. And Westhead is really not for this. He's really pro Norm Nixon. He was like, Norm, he's consistent. He's, a true point guard. Like, he really is doing his thing. He has depth. Like, we need him now that Magic is, still recovering. And he also said, David, aka Skywalker, like, we don't know. Like, we don't need another ego. It looked like he got an ego, and he'll be coaching us if we tell him he can't do what he's known for. We don't know if he's going to be able to be just a role player, the type of role player we asked him to be, versus what he wants to do on the court. So, Riley is, saying, yo, Westhead is your pride. That's your issue. But Westhead was like, are you sure? Are you 100% sure? Are you a Maury Povich percentage that your boy Magic's knee is on point? And so Pat, he low-key lying a little bit. He's like, yeah, he gonna be good. He gonna be all right. It's like the verbiage he used, kind of lets it not necessarily be a lie, but he's not really as confident as he should be in regards to his knee. So Jeannie, she over there look like on her little lunch break, and she's talking with a coworker, and she's complaining about her brothers, smashing the players or what have you. And so, the coworker was like, well, it seems like you jealous. You over here working hard, and they're over there playing around, traveling, in the van or what have you. And she was like, jealous? What do you mean? I got a whole franchise. Like, She was like, well, your daddy gave you that franchise. I was like, oh, you ain't had to do it like that. You ain't had to do it like that, co-worker. She was like, well, Jeannie, you need to think about what you want, because it seems like everything that you're, working towards is based on your father's dream. So now that we see that Jeannie's probably going to be thinking about this, but from what I understand her role to be, sorry, y'all, excuse me, her role to be, with the Lakers, seems like, she ended up either falling in love with it or, just felt compelled to just live out her father's dream. So, Honey and Bus over there, eating a little din, and she pretty much just cashing him up on her old thought days and, telling him that she's been delivered and she don't want to be a hoe no more. Well, pretty much saying like she was explaining a little situation, that kind of caused her, to change her path in life. Now she over there with the kiddies, being a nice, wholesome woman. All right. So we had another little private practice with Magic and Riley, right? And so Magic already know he is not on par. So he asked, Riley, like, hey, you gonna tell Coach I ain't ready, right? He was like, why would I do that? You gonna be good. You gonna be good. Now, I appreciate it that he's given this type of confidentiality to Magic. But at the same time, if I was Westhead, I would probably feel away because I cannot make a sound decision if I'm not understanding everything that's going on with my players. But at the same time, as a head coach, you have to be able to trust your assistant coaches to be able to make sound and, smart decisions. So I'm definitely torn between the two perspectives at this point. So the front office, they over there, having a meeting with the coaches, and they're pissed off with Norm and what he had to say about Magic. And so apparently Bus told Magic about the trade, the possible trade. Now, mind you, they done told Westhead about this trade with David 2 weeks before the trade deadline, okay? So they didn't really give him much time. But, West, he already vetted Thompson everything he available. You know, the trade was looking successful in terms of the money when it came with Norm, but Westhead was never really feeling the idea anyway. And now that Westhead found out that Magic knows about the trade and is happy about it, he like, nah, shut it down. Shut it down. Hell to the no, no, no. We not doing it. I don't want none of my players thinking that Magic has any influence on what's going on with my decision making in these trades. Like, I don't want them to feel that their job is based on, you know, how Magic feels about them. And so Wes went straight off. He started talking a bunch of ish about your boy. He was like, pretty much, long story short, the only reason why you're a coach is McKinney over there had a little bite accident. You low-key here by default. Keep it real. Keep it real. And I'm like, oh, we gonna be fighting up in here? Like, I ain't gonna lie. It was the bird in me was like, let me see them throw them bowls. I mean, y'all playing around, okay? What's up, Candy Love? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. So Westhead, you could tell he's juggling, you know, with his perspective and with his ego and his, you know, competency as a coach, because he's saying, well, I have the power in my contract. It's in my contract. I'm like, we already know what's in your contract, fool. Like, you a coach. We understand what you can and you can't do. But of course, he has to verbalize that to pretty much throw his kahunas on the table, all right? So fast forward, right now we at the playoffs, 1981, round one versus the Houston Rockets. Now, based on the commentators, the Houston Rockets at this point is trash, okay? They ain't ish. They barely made the playoffs. So if I'm understanding, if the playoff bracket is the same then as what it is now, just think of them as being like the 8th seed of the Western Conference, okay? So they trash. So they pretty much saying, hey, it's not even going to be a problem for the Lakers to win this because the Houston Rockets ain't ish, all right? So the Lakers are playing so bad, they lost game one. Y'all lost game one on a trash team. Y'all got Kareem and Magic, Norm Nixon, Coop. Still, I mean, y'all had been playing horribly. But at this point, it's really not about the talent. It's about the chemistry and the communication. And apparently, it sucks to let y'all lose this game to this trash-ass team, all right? So we fast forward to halftime, game 2, we losing, all right? And Coop done had it all. He done it all. Shout out to Shawty Low. Like, he pissed off, okay? Everybody arguing in the locker room. Magic and Norm going at it. He was like, y'all, stop. Like, he really got on, like, his big mama bag. Like, you know how the grandkids be arguing, you tired of it? Yeah, that's how Coop was. He was like, I'm gonna need y'all to shut it up, okay? Do y'all want to win? Do y'all want to win? Yes or no? And of course, they be like, yes, we want to win. Like, what you talking about? All right, stop this fighting ish right now. Right now, I'm calling your mama. That's how he was giving it to him. I was like, yeah, tell him, Coop. Tell him, Coop, all right? And then Cap, you know, he had nothing to say until this time. He was like, all right, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to be a little captain. That's the thing about Kareem. Like, you a captain and all. And I understand you got a different personality, but I'm going to need you. You should have been the one doing this. Why Coop over here standing up? That's your job, Captain. That's your job. Like, I don't know if the NBA or these teams play the players a little extra, little something to be a captain. But if that's so, then Kareem, I didn't need you to get that extra little stipend because you ain't really doing ish until now. All right, you had to wait till Coop got fed up, and then you over here telling them that they need to apologize. So they agreed. They apologized and said Coop was like, no. I ain't feeling it. I'm going to need y'all to hug. And they was like, hug? Like, what the hell? We good, bro. And then he was like, y'all need to hug. So they hugged it out. So you can see, you know, that hug really helped, you know, the little camaraderie or whatever, right? So that helped them. And they ended up winning game 2. I'm like, all right, we on a plane celebrating. But Westhead already behind. He reading newspaper. And what he reading? McKinney went coach of the year because McKinney, he over there coaching the Pacers, all right? And so, right, you know, above that article is, you know, the Lakers article about, you know, their little series and situation. So you can tell Westhead is always struggling, you know, with validating his own ability to be a coach. We already know Westhead was never a player. Keep that in mind. He was never a player. Told the team last week, all right, that he was, last week in terms of how we viewing the episodes. Told him he couldn't even make the team. He was a water boy. So it seems like, just with his history in basketball, how he was even able to be a coach, McKinney had to snatch him up. Okay. And he's now in this position because McKinney had a little accident. Well, I don't want to say little accident, but he had an accident. So you can tell he's fighting for, just belonging and just trying to prove himself. And West ain't making no better by telling him like, oh, you ain't really here. You only here because of McKinney. And then we got Pat over here with hella experience as a player and seemingly knowing what he's doing as a coach. So he's definitely feeling threatened at this point. So the messy ass reporter is TMZ before TMZ. He was like, yeah, that could have been you over there, coach of the year. I was rooting for you. But check this out. Like, your little plan about, with Riley holding private practices with Magic, Magic's knee being worse than, we was aware. That was kind of a fire plan. That could have probably took you over to be coach of the year if it was publicized. So Westhead, he like, what the hell? What y'all talking about? What the hell are you talking about? So he pissed off. Okay, what's up, Tamika? Thank you for coming through. So Westhead, he go to, Pat, because they call him Rouse, whatever the players call him Rouse. Oh, well, that's cute. So he over there playing spades or cards or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because, he invited to the cookout. McKinney jacked him up. Yo, let's talk. So they talk around the court, with a flight attendants be at fixing drinks or what have you. So they have earshot from the players. And West had pressed him. He's like, yo, what's up? Like, you betrayed me. You lied to me about Magic. Like, what's up? And Pat was like, yo, he needed he needed some confidence. I was trying to instill confidence in him. He's like, no, he needed his coach. Bro. Like, you betrayed me. And Pat is really trying to get Westhead to understand, like, you have to be able to trust a little more, okay? I got this. We are where we are because I was working with Magic. Like, chill out. But Westhead, I understood both point of views at this point. I really did. But you could tell Westhead, based on his insecurities as being a coach, you could tell a lot of his frustration is based on insecurity, not necessarily logic at this point, all right? However, I do agree the coach should be made aware of everything because we had a whole trade deal on the line and that could have been terribly wrong. You know what I'm saying? If, he wasn't fully aware of what's going on, it could have been horrible. But, they have it out. All right. And the coach, the players are listening. Okay. They over there listening and Riley told Westhead. Yeah. That's why Magic agreed. If we would have took Thompson, we wouldn't be over here struggling over here with the Rockets. We would have been chilling, coasting, but now we over here sweating, trying to win this goddamn round. And then, of course, Norm Nixon here, like, dang, really? That's how you really feel? Tell me how you really feel, son. And, Magic, he tried to clean it up. Well, I was just playing. I really wasn't, I wouldn't really want to think of like that. But of course, Norm ain't really trying to hear that shit. I said, this is so drama. Like, I don't know. I wish I would have had my popcorn because it was definitely juicy, okay? So, y'all, we at game 3, okay? And at this point, I don't know when it switched, but at this point of the playoffs and how it works is the best of 3. Now, we know first rounds at this point is best of 5. I feel like it was best of 7 at one point, or maybe that was round 2. They started changing things throughout the years. But at this point, round 1 of the playoffs is best of 3. So it's 1-1 now. So it's looking real scary, like a little iffy, okay? But we still got a good rapport. Well, we had a good rapport until Westhead decided to have a beat with Rowley 3 goddamn feet from the damn players, all right? So, y'all, the game is close, all right? Right now, we are fourth quarter. We down by 1, and it's 15 seconds, and we got the ball. We got the ball. We got possession, and it's looking real close. All right. So, of course, we got a huddle. It's a little timeout. So Westhead is telling everybody, really Magic, no hero ball, okay? No hero ball. Use your options, all right? If you can't get open, go to Cap. That's your first option. Silk is option number 2, and Cooper option number 3, all right? Norm, I'm going to need you to help out if you need help. Like, it's a team effort, right? So, the team breaks, to set up the play. And then before Magic fully get on the court, Pat, he hold Magic back like, you the guy. You're the guy. And of course, Westhead looking like, nigga, I ain't need you to say all that. Like, I understood both sides, but more so at this point, I was on Westhead's point. I'm like, all right, I don't need you to put in no extra thing. So now Magic got in his head like, no, I'm gonna take the last shot because I'm the man. Oh Lord. So, okay, Magic, he over there, dribbling the ball. He looking, people getting double teamed. Nobody's open. So it looking like he don't got no options but to take the shot. But eventually, everybody is open now. Cap open, Silk open, Cooper open, everybody open. But of course, the last words he heard was, you're the guy. So in his head, he's the guy. And what the guy decided to do, the guy decided to shoot the goddamn ball, okay? Now, it looks like, everybody else was a little closer to the goal than he was. He was low-key looking like he was at the free, I don't know, he may have been past the free throw line. But everybody else is more so kind of in the paint a little bit. So, if we talk about statistics here, probability and statistics, if y'all, took a little math in school, y'all understand the percentage for everybody else is a little higher to shoot versus Magic. But Magic was like, no, I am the guy. So the guy shoots the last shot, and it looked a little promising. Everybody in the stand, they over there holding their breath. They're getting excited. But no. This man done shot a whole air ball, y'all. A whole air ball. Talk about embarrassing. Now, if you would have got, hit it on the rim, just touch a little back, court, just touch something, but it ain't touch nothing but the air. Magic looking like, I wish I had that meme of Weebay from The Wire when he found out that old girl was a cop. And it wasn't Orlando's hoes. It wasn't Orlando's hoes. You over there to shot a whole air ball. Like, of course, it's been done throughout the years, far and few in between. But this ain't the time for you to shoot an air ball, especially if you got options. So they pretty much eliminated from the playoffs at this point. And we see Bus over there. He mad at his office drinking. We took the ring off. I'm like, dang, Bus, you hurt. I mean, I would be too, though. He over there looking at Magic pictures with a little scowl, looking like he got a little regret. He a little upset, okay? Probably mad that trade didn't go down. But yeah, y'all. 1980-1981 season is in the wraps. So next episode, we're going to see the fallout of that, okay? But I'm excited. This episode was definitely fire. It's HBO, so you really ain't going to get too much of subpar content on HBO, okay? When the time they doing their thing, I definitely love the episode. Let me know what y'all thought, what y'all would rate it in the chat. I mean, I don't know if I'm being biased or not, because like I said, I've been a Laker fan / Kobe fan for about 20 years. So I'm going to give it a 10, even though this is not about Kobe. But just the storytelling and breaking the fourth wall, the cinematography, of course, is, I don't even say loosely based on real events, because apparently the people that's in, being portrayed in this show do not completely agree with how they're being depicted. But as entertainment, It is definitely a good time for me. I definitely look forward to it on Sunday nights. But I appreciate y'all watching me live and coming through. If you're watching the replay, please like the video. Let's get down in the comments and discuss. Y'all, 11 o'clock. Your girl's coming through with Team Toxic, Brillo Lays, Detroit Kings, Paper Boys, aka Booby Traps, OT. You know, we're gonna talk about some things. You know, I love dissecting their toxic minds. Okay, so please come through at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and yeah, let's have a little cute time. All right. But before y'all leave, make sure y'all like the video and share me if you know anybody else that's watching Winning Time. All right. Until next time, toodles.